When you think about communication, you probably just think about talking, right? Well, I bet you never thought that communication would have principles. 7 to be exact. The principles of communication would be purposeful, punctuated, ambiguous. There are power dimensions. It's inevitable, irreversible, and unrepeatable. There are different models of communication too. You can either have a linear conversation, which is just a speaker and a listener approach, or you can have a transactional conversation, which is when each person simultaneously serves as a speaker and a listener. Now, let's look at yourself in conversation. What is your self-concept? Well, self-concept would be how you view yourself, and it can be changed by many things, as in other people's image of you, social comparisons, cultural teachings, and the looking glass self. There are also 4 selves. Open self is information about yourself that you and others know. Blind self is information that you don't know, but others do know. Hidden self is information that you know, but others don't know. And finally, unknown self is information about yourself that neither you nor others know. Staying on the subject of yourself, let's talk about listening. There are 5 stages of listening. Receiving, which is hearing and focusing on the speaker while avoiding distractions. Understanding is grasping the thoughts that are expressed. Remembering is retaining the information. Evaluating is judging the messages you hear. And responding is obviously just responding to the speaker while they are talking and after they finish. Have you ever caught yourself staring out the window while a teacher was talking? Well, that would be a listening barrier called distraction. There are other barriers like biases and prejudices, lack of appropriate focus, and premature judgment. Your gender definitely affects listening. Males are not as good as listeners as females. I would characterize this speech as a manuscript speech because I did write it out at first and I am reading from it. The 2 other methods of delivery would be impromptu and extemporaneous speeches. Let's talk a little about verbal communication. If I said that my roommate was the greatest ever, I would be using purr words. If you ever told a joke about, let's say, a gay man, that would be considered heterosexist speech. You just need to think before you speak in order not to offend anybody. Communication is vital in life. Everyone uses it, but not a lot of people know the details. I hope I was able to share something with you today and everyone learned something. Thank you for listening.